Okay, g'day everyone and welcome. Hope everyone's well. Before we do begin, just familiarise yourself with the standard disclaimer. Okay, g'day everyone and welcome. So it basically says everything is for educational purposes only and you are responsible for your own decisions. So welcome to another Wednesday workshop, folks. So tonight we're going to look at some of the business essentials. All important part. G'day Justin, g'day Hassan, safe. Alistair, and anyone else? The apps are coming too. Apologies for the delay there folks, but they are in the pipeline. So part of every trader's resource should be your trading business plan, folks. So let's have a look today at Let's Plan for Success. So what will we discuss today? We're going to have a look at the trading business plan. Let's have a look at the trading plan. Let's have a look at some checklists and other documents and some various journals that you should be using. Any good business uses action list, task list. Any good business uses a goals list for short, medium and long term. And any business uses a vision board to keep us focused and to visualize our success. And you should have a psychology checklist and other documents. Now, we're going to deal with today, we're going to deal with the trading business plan. Now, the trading business plan differs from the trading plan in the following way. So initially the trading business plan is created more from a business perspective or a personal business perspective rather than a purely business perspective, because let's face it, when we start our trading we are the business, so we have to think of what is it that we want from the business, what are our strengths and weaknesses, etc. So the trading business plan will also reference other plans, appendices or other documents in relation to our trading activities where necessary, but it is the overall framework that everything else operates under. So the documents for your business plan should also be reviewed regularly but evolve over time. So I'm very big, most of you know I have a business background, very big on treating trading as a business, and I have done quite a few presentations on how to treat trading as a business, so you'll get basically all of that in an expanded version. So let's have a look at how it all works. So right at the top here we have our trading business plan, which then governs decisions from our trading plan and our checklist, which then encompasses the trading strategies. Now a lot of these feed into each other. So our trading business plan too will involve education. So this should be a big part. And the education then of course filters into our trading plans and checklists. We should be using journals, which then filter back to the trading business plan in case we need to make changes. The journals then of course filter back into our trading plan, and our trading strategies then are reviewed via our journals and our performance. Then the trading psychology directly affects our trading plan and our trading strategies. Our trading strategies feed back into the trading psychology, into our trading psychology routines and plans, and then the trading psychology feeds back into our trading business plan. So try and think of it as this loop, this sort of feedback loop where everything relies on itself and each component is as important as the next one. G'day Earth. So let's introduce the business plan, trading business plan. So the one thing with your trading business plan, it's important to keep it your own and keep it simple. Now, my business plan, most of you know, most of you have seen it. Here it is here. business plan for a private trader. Okay, it's not overarching. It's about 8 pages long. Right, so there is there is information in there. It's not just a nice front cover. All right, so you can see it's all in there. All right, so it's about six pages long. So what does the trading business plan do? So it documents our thoughts about the business. Now, you got to remember too, when we write something down and we spend time, we're documenting what we want from the business. So it forces us to think exactly what we want and be specific about what we want. The trading business plan provides a framework and a roadmap for future growth. So we're able to thrash out what it is that we're wanting for the future. And of course, create our goals and our action lists accordingly. What it also does is prepares our thinking in advance. So any good business plan will have your contingencies and other things which we'll discuss. And I'll show you some examples from my own personal trading plan so you can see the type of thought that I've put into it and the importance of it. So the trading business plan prepares our thinking in advance. So we're not just doing it on the fly, where we've pre-thought out what we want. Now, the business plan, of course, evolves over time as well. So the business plan provides purpose, energy, determination, and courage, because we've forethought what we want. It provides rules and guidelines for effective operation of the business. Now, this is different to your trading strategies and your trading plan. This is rules and guidelines for effective operation of the business. Provides rules and strategies to handle every situation that the business will encounter. It assesses the strengths and weaknesses of the business. And it should be a fluid document, and it should evolve as the trader evolves. So the mark of a true professional is proper planning and preparation. So creating the trading business plan. So one of the things that you need to do is have a vision. So what is the old saying? What is your why? What is your mission? Also, vision and a mission for the business. There's another saying: aim at nothing, you hit nothing. So what is the desired long-term outcome for the business? What do you expect to achieve out of the business? Sorry, the long term, and I've kind of doubled up there, haven't we? What do we expect to achieve from the business? What do we want on a personal level? We're trying to prove something. You need to pull that apart. Let's have a look at some examples. Part-time supplemental income. A satisfying and rewarding full-time role and income. Provide finances for other pursuits or philanthropic reasons. So there's an old saying, whatever we focus on, we move towards. So if you've got this in mind, and you should be, any good trading business though, really should be starting with this part-time supplemental income in mind, with the view then to go full-time. Right? You don't have to necessarily go full-time, but that needs to be the end goal, or the big picture goal. So I'll show you the vision that I have for my trading business, which was put together quite some time ago, probably 10 years ago, I'd say now. Well, I can tell you exactly. Yeah, 10 years ago, I was right on, over 10 years ago. So what's the vision for my trading business? So the vision for this business is to produce an occupation that is both satisfying and rewarding financially and emotionally, with the minimum amount of time required to conduct the day-to-day functions and the operations of this business or the business. The reasoning behind persevering to accomplish this vision is to produce a better, more enjoyable life for my partner and myself, where the success of the business allows us to invest our time and finances into achieving other valuable endeavours that we both believe in. All right? So, got a valid reason, not just, want to buy a bigger house, want to buy the next best Mercedes. Those sort of visions, they're very short-lived, and if you don't get them within a short amount of time, often you'll just give up on them. So just keep that in mind. When there's a valid reason, you're more likely to keep at it. So that's the vision for my trading business. So goals and objectives should be another big part of your trading business. So what are our goals in regards to utilising our talents and strengths? All right, so notice here we're falling back on our talents and strengths. Thanks, Alistair. Alistair, pretty deep. Well, it's kind of a big picture, and I've certainly done that as well. Been able to do most of those things, Alistair. The time, I've reduced my time right down. I've invested, some of the rewards, I've made them tangible into things that I believe in. So what are our goals in regards to utilising our talents and strengths? What are our goals in regards to our skills, which is probably very similar? What are our goals in regards to processes? Do we want to be the process king? Where everything is disciplined, we're like a machine. What are our goals in regards to risk management? What are our goals in regards to our investment of time? We just spoke about that before, didn't we? So your goal really should be to do the trading functions in the shortest amount of time. Whether that be an investor or a position trader, swing trader, or even a scalper. As a scalper, you only need to do a couple of hours a day, hour and a half to 2 hours. Throw in another hour for your reviews and your fill out your journals. You really should only be doing 2.5 to 3 hours a day, even as a scalper. So, what are your goals? What are your goals for the trading business? What are your goals in regards to your psychology? It should be, to be very controlled, very disciplined, very mindful. So these are mine. So the main focus, so these are my goals and objectives. The main focus of the business, so let's face it, is to generate income for everyday needs, savings, other worthwhile activities, and also to produce a comfortable income stream during retirement. Okay. So once you can trade consistently, there's no age limit. The evolvement of this business will include the necessary training and equipping to enable the business to operate smoothly and efficiently with a minimum allocation of time. So, what's the main focus here? If we took away the key words, generate income for everyday needs, savings, other worthwhile activities, comfortable income stream during retirement, training and equipping, smooth and efficient operation, minimum allocation of time. So if we did a word cloud out of that, or we read through that, they would be the key points, wouldn't they? So what are the goals? Oops, sorry, let me just go back. Okay, so that's one of the goals. Sorry, that's goals and objectives. So continued. The goals of this business also, this is in regards to the skills and talents. Goals of this business is to utilise the skills, talents and expertise available to trade various markets with efficiency and a high level of accuracy of researched entry and exit signals. So if we took, did a word cloud again, utilise skills, talents, expertise, various markets, efficiency, high level of accuracy of entry and exit. All right, and that's why I've done the study that I've done, of course. A fundamentally necessary objective is to work towards minimising risk whilst maximising profit. So, always in the back of my mind, I'm always working on, getting my payoff ratio, as high as possible, getting my profit factor as high as possible. And that's over a series of trades. So I generally review that on a monthly basis. Scalping type strategies, generally 30 to 50 trades. Working towards minimising risk while maximising profit per trade, and one that requires constant monitoring and analysis to ensure that targets are achieved or exceeded. So I've just kind of mentioned that, didn't I? So focusing on the development and fine-tuning of trading strategies and trading plans are the cornerstone to ongoing successful achievement of goals and objectives, both short and long term. So fine-tuning my trading strategies and trading plans. Now, it gets to a point, though, where you've got your strategies 90% right. 90 to 95% is good enough. You don't want to keep over-tweaking it. But, there's little tweaks that you make here and there that better it. And, I mean, we should be bettering ourselves all the time anyway. So this includes acquiring and implementing the skills necessary to accurately identify opportunities for profit. So I'm constantly looking to better my setups, different setups, testing different setups. All right, so goals and objectives, continued again. So it's important that the aim of minimal time, so now we're talking about minimal time. It's important that the aim of minimal time investment for the successful execution of business functions and operations is always first and foremost. All right, so minimum time investment. So the personal goals, my personal goals here too. So these are, could be considered as your psych goals as well. To be in control of emotions, be calm, confident and objective during the execution of business functions, working towards minimizing emotion during the execution of the business opportunities for profit. In other words, during trading. To remain objective, clear-minded, patient and focused, and be able to confidently step up and take advantage of opportunities as they present themselves. So that's even deeper, Alistair. But when you read this again and you read this, and it's important that you don't just write this down, you read this regularly, right, to make sure you're adhering to your personal goals. Be in control of my emotions, calm, confident, objective, clear-minded, patient, focused, confident. That's what we could take out of that. Okay, so goals and objectives. So let's have a look at it on a different way. If you want to make it a little bit simpler. So what would succeeding at trading mean to you? What would it mean on a personal level? On a financial level? On a psychological level? So succeeding at trading as a business, now this is mine again. Succeeding at trading as a business means the following. So attaining a high level of job satisfaction. My role when I trade is very satisfying. Achieving personal and financial goals. Here's a big one. Proving to myself that I can do it. Right? How many of you have got this? Prove that you can do it. I know I can do it. I know I can do it. We'll prove it. Building self-confidence. Development of discipline and patience. And I guess as an overarching statement, overcoming any psychological shortcomings in regards to trading. Now, some of you may have heard me say, when you begin to be successful in trading, you've actually learned an enormous about yourself, but you've developed yourself in a psychological way, and you've overcome a lot of your shortcomings. So you actually have achieved a lot on a psychological level. Okay, so let's have a look in summary, folks. So we did the overview of the business plan, or an overview of the business essentials, what we should be looking at. So this is part one, of course. We did the introduction to the trading business plan. We did the vision for the business. And we looked at goals and objectives. And we looked at some examples that I gave. Is there any questions, folks? I know that's a lot to take in. So in part two, we'll have a look at resources, finances and capital expenditure. We'll look at SWOT analysis as well in part two. Any questions, folks? If not, we'll have a quick look at some markets. Any quick questions, folks? Okay, those links, yes, I'll put those in. Sorry about that. Thanks, Hassan. They're coming up. It is coming up, Arun. Here we go. You're welcome, Arun. There we go. Well, I'm just finishing going through the pairs. So I've had some continuation, which is good. Okay, here's one long dollar Norwegian. My concern with this one though, we've already had a move in the dollar pairs. But we spoke about this, didn't we? Head and shoulders. So we're pausing here. So look for a little bit of a pause here and a push. Prefer for the 20 to be angling up. Rising 20, if that fails and it pops, wait for a pullback afterwards. So you've got B wave reasonably close here. So, you know, my preference with this one would be wait for the pullback. Got a little bit of room there to the high. Dollar Norwegian. Thanks, Justin. So you need to review your trading business plan, obviously. All right, so you can see a lot of these dollar pairs. All right, they've already moved a fair bit, so just be conscious of that. Okay, so the macro, we'll just do the S&P 500. So you can see we're still kind of toying with this low. But we can clearly see reduced momentum here. So I'm still looking for that move. Have to go with what we see though, don't we? So markets, very kind of stally. Look, we're getting, very wild swings. So just be a little careful, a little conscious of that. We're just heading down in a larger channel now. So you can see the difference here. Getting these big swings. Weak pullback here though. So this could be cleaning it out. So yeah, a bit conscious of that. Still risk off though. The VIX has just kicked up a bit too. So yeah, have to go with that risk off. All right, let's have a look at a couple of markets. So Wednesday, risk off. There's a few good trades from yesterday, which we'll have a look at. A couple of new ones. So the Aussie dollar, spoke about that kind of being both sort of ways. So we had Aussie dollar sold off, Aussie yen bought. So that was more a yen weakness. So here's one that I don't mind, which is the Aussie New Zealand. So we see we've got a break of this large consolidation through here. We've got a nice pullback here to the 20. Got some small candles here, some narrow range bars. So a nice pullback there. Let's have a look. Put the 40-60 box on. You can see, look, right on the 50. Right there. Right on the 20, right on the 50. That's one piece of the puzzle. Got a nice momentum move, weak move through here. Nice high momentum and choppy corrective. Here's the 4 hour. So where's the anchor though? So the anchor's right up here. That's a little way away. Nice little base through here. So really my preference here would be to see some sort of swing in here. Just be mindful of the anchor when it attacks the anchor. Look, it may only happen at that anchor as well. But I thought this is worth watching. Aussie New Zealand. Dollar Norwegian we spoke about. Aussie yen we spoke about yesterday. This big ABC through here. And those that were kind of brave, take that one there. Take it into the high. Still was a good 70-80 pips. Don't know whether anyone got that or found another entry. So that was Aussie New Zealand. Sorry, Aussie yen. CAD yen just kept going, didn't it? So we had that on the list to try and find a new entry. Didn't really give it, it just moved. Probably some shorter term entries. Oh, sorry, Arun. Why isn't that posting? Oh, it's too long. Sorry, young man. Not real good at some of this tech, am I? Well, you have to cut out a couple of. There we go. I've abbreviated a couple of things. There you go. Sorry, folks. All right, gold and silver didn't trigger. We're looking for a continuation through here. Earth. Yeah, there we go. So we're looking at this gold and silver last night. We're looking for this to continue through here. That was a bit of a counter trend move. We haven't got that. So is it eyeballing, the A, B, C, D through here? Probably. So really continue to look for short. However, this feels like it's trying to base. So you can see the daily here. Look, it's coming to some key levels. All right, so bias is short, but I'd just be a bit wary of this. So there's a little pullback there to the 20 on the 60 minutes. So really it'd be shorter time frame trades for gold. G'day, Refalo. Silver the same. Look, we didn't get any follow through here. It did slightly, but no real follow through. I think it was already at the anchor. I'm not sure now. So these kind of either did the small move or the moving averages caught up. So you still want to be short bias on these. So just be a little mindful though. Okay, so pound yen long was another one. Pound yen, we were watching as it tackled this. There would have been some short-term opportunities in there. We were hoping this kind of gave us something under the trend line, didn't, but that doesn't mean that there's not shorter-term opportunity. We got the direction right. There's a bit of a funky look around the channel line through here. Bit of a funky flat corrective through here that would have been hard to trade. So let's wait on that again. Could be a few days off. So these are some of the ones from yesterday. Shorts though, we spoke about Aussie CAD, this head and shoulders. Through here. Looking for opportunity through here. Did anyone get a hold of that? Somewhere in there? Aussie CAD. So it moved well. A little pullback in there. Opportunity in there. Right, so I've kept this on. So now that it's broken, look for a pullback in here and another opportunity short. So something through here. So that's still worthy. What about Bitcoin? Anyone grab a hold of this? We did say if you're going to take the break, be watching for the fake out, but this is actually just pushed hard. And this is an example where often, you've heard me say, if you're always waiting for a breakout pullback, often they never materialise. So sometimes you've just got to bite the bullet, get in, and just be prepared to stop it out through here. Didn't even really give. So this just popped. Didn't even give anything in here, even on the shorter time frames. Look, just fell through. Anyone find anything in there? So that's worth continuing to watch. We spoke about, yes, Refalo. We spoke about these levels being reasonably accurate. Look, it's tagged it almost to the tick. Well, so you can actually be reasonably accurate. And the other one that we looked at, Euro Pound. We looked at the push, the corrective on the daily. We said that there's a bit of potential here to even push hard and push through. We lined up one of those potentials as the 200 period on the 60 minute. So we'd identified this yesterday, the entry through there. Don't know whether anyone got that one. I didn't hear. We did say if you take that, get your stop in here, don't put it right up there. So that worked. I got that one. Down to the 200. So it could give another opportunity short. The 4 hour you can see here. This is worth keeping watch. Yeah, very good. Yeah, this was a good one. That was a good one. So those this is dollar index. So you can see, look, it's just grinding its way higher. The euro we said was not looking the best. So you can see, look, it's just ground its way, didn't we? We said it was probably short. It's just still just grinding its way there, isn't it? So I didn't like any of those. Didn't like the euro. That's what I'm seeing, folks. Oh, sorry. I have a couple of others worth mentioning. Copper. Copper short from back here. We've got a narrow pullback into the short-term moving average. Here's the 4 hour. Right, so it's kind of based out through here. Trying to break the anchor. I'm going to probably look for keep your eye on the low there. It's kind of a little bit of a deepish pullback there. But I thought that was worth mentioning. And the other one is, so a lot of these yen pairs continue to push as we've seen. Yeah, even Swiss yen. Right back here, look. So, they've had big moves. So, likelihood of some of the others that haven't moved are getting less and less. Even Singapore yen that I like. So, these have given good opportunities. One of the ones that potential down the track, the weekly, look, we've got a nice big consolidation through here. So, like some of the others, the more they consolidate off and the sharper the breakout. You can see here, look, it's tagged this resistance. Got another one there. Keep your eye on that in the days coming. I'm not going to include it. So that's what I'm seeing. Most of them are already still underway and pushing. So that is really all I'm seeing, folks. So if you're not already in some of those, especially those yens, just trade them shorter term. Or stay out and wait for some other opportunities. All right, folks. Thanks for your company. Trade safe. Don't go chasing some of those big moves. If you know how to get some of those as climactics, which we should get in the next few days, look out for those as well. All right, folks, take care, and we'll see you tomorrow for London session review. Thanks for your company. Bye for now.